everybody, I'm Polly McKinney. I am the Advocacy Director at Voices for Georgia's Children, and welcome to my 2-minute take the night of the Wild Hog Supper. And what does that mean other than the fact that some poor hog got killed and people are going to eat it? It means that the legislative session starts tomorrow. It starts Monday the 8th. And so we came to the supper to kind of see who's who, and it is hosted by the Georgia Community Food Bank Association. They are inside. You'll get to see an interview with Dana Kraft, who's their executive director, in a minute. But in the meantime, what I want to talk to you about is the quickest 2-minute take of all. This week we have a ton of stuff going on. So the legislative session starts tomorrow, and there's also the UGA game. And there's also supposed to be freezing rain, which is kind of making the whole day going to be crazy. Tuesday night, the Georgia Chamber of Commerce does its reception at the High Museum for the kickoff of the legislative session. And then Wednesday morning, like before the birds even get up, they have the Eggs and Issues breakfast where like the lieutenant governor and the speaker come to this big, humongous breakfast with like 10,000 of your closest friends, and they tell you what they think is going to happen during the session. And Thursday is State of the State, where the governor speaks to the General Assembly and lays out his priorities for the year. Pretty busy week. We'll have budgets and stuff to be starting to sort through, and lots of legislation. But in the meantime, let's go on inside and see the Wild Hog Supper. And usually they have ice cream, peach ice cream, but it's really cool. I'll see you in there. Here with me is Dana Kraft, who is the executive director of the Georgia Food Bank Association. And I'm going to let Dana talk about the Wild Hog Supper. I know you can see the little sign up there for Wild Hog, and they do this every year. But I'm going to let Dana tell you about why it's so cool.
Thanks, Polly. Glad to have y'all with us at the Wild Hog Supper. This big barbecue started more than 50 years ago. It is always held on the evening before the start of the legislative session. And about 5 years ago, the Georgia Food Bank Association took it over as a fundraiser for our Farm to Food Bank program. This is an important constituency for us. Food banks and agriculture and the food industry are very closely linked. So it makes a whole lot of sense for this to become a great celebration, not only of our legislative bodies, but also our agriculture committees.
For those of you that didn't know, agriculture is the #1 industry in Georgia, and it affects a lot of kids, right? We have a whole lot of kids who use food from the food banks in their daily lives.
Georgia farmers donated more than 14 million pounds of fresh produce to us last year by the tractor-trailer load, and our food banks were able to distribute that to families so that they can expose low-income families to all the great fruits and vegetables that are grown in our state, and also increase the nutritional content of the meals they're preparing at home.
Our food bank association and our food banks in this state kick it. They are like the best in the country. They're efficient and they're smart and they're well run, and it's really exciting to be here. So that's kind of all I got for this little piece. Please feel free to go online and make a donation to the Georgia Food Bank Association. It helps so many people, and it's a really good thing, and it makes your heart bigger when you do it in all the right ways. So thanks, Dana. Good luck with the Wild Hog. I know it's going to be crowded in here in just a few minutes, so I'm going to let you go.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye. Wow. Hey guys, I have one more advocacy ask that I forgot about. It has nothing to do with hogs or supper or wildness, but it does have to do with the Children's Health Insurance Program. I know it's not a state call, but I want you to call the congressional delegation, the Georgia congressional delegation, and ask them to pass the Children's Health Insurance Program as soon as possible. It has been expired for 100 days. Congress has just sort of kicked the can down the road with a little bit of money here to try and get everybody through, and it's not going to get us through. So we need them to re-up this usually beloved bipartisan program that funds peach care for kids in our state. And peach care, in case you didn't know, helps kids from families who don't make too much to get Medicaid but not enough to have private insurance. It helps those kids get health insurance. About 250,000 kids, so it's a big deal. Please act on our action alert and call the congressional delegation and say pass CHIP as soon as humanly possible. our state really needs it. And that's your ask for the week, and see you later.